Good afternoon. Jim Cooper here, Editor-in-Chief at Digiday, and we're at the Digiday Video Studio at the Blackboard Villa on day 2 of Cannes 2025. And we're super psyched to have Caroline Proto, who is the Director of Global Media at EssilorLuxottica. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. How was your day 2?
Day 2 is going well. It's a little cooler today, so that's even better.
Okay, cool. So we're talking about trust a lot, and you've got a very passionate following for your brand and your brands. What does trust mean to you in this moment when there's a lot of weirdness happening with AI and just general fraud in the media marketing space?
I think trust goes both ways. The first, as a media lead, is the trust of who we work with from a tech perspective. And I think it's really important that if we can trust who we're working with and have that transparency, have open dialogue, and trust what they're reporting back to us, it makes us feel more confident in our decision making, which is really important right now. I think in the current macroeconomic climate that we're in, we need to trust that every dollar we have is being used accurately. But I also think consumers are more aware of the lack of trust potentially that they may be having with brands and what is being advertised to them. They're more aware of sponsored posts and advertising. So it is our responsibility to have the trust on both sides.
What do you think brand marketers are underestimating about the consumer now at their own peril?
How aware they are of advertising, as well as what their actual needs are right now, given what's going on in the world. I think we really underestimate. There was, the years of banner blindness, we used to say, because consumers were just seeing it too much and they weren't even registering. They were seeing advertising. And now, with the creator economy and when we think about the guidelines of then sponsored posts having to say they were sponsored and paid advertising, consumers are more and more aware that they are being marketed to. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing, but it means that you need to market to them in a way that they want to see. And I think sometimes we think we know our brands best, and we do, but we also need to trust that what the consumer is asking for, we need to meet them in the middle.
So, what do you think you'll bring back from Cannes this week to your teams about AI that's going to make them smarter at using it?
Oh, that's a great question. I think there's different things that we're taking back here. The first being AI creatively. I think everyone's been talking about for years, but actually thinking about AI in terms of outcomes and connecting outcome measurement and kind of taking it now a step further of not just quantifying what the outcome was, but then taking what that outcome was and creating machine learning off of that outcome. So you're creating kind of this secular response. We're advertising, we're using the AI to target who our consumers are. We're then measuring it, we're quantifying, okay, our advertising worked. Now taking that outcome, merging it with AI to be able to start that cycle all over. It's just making it smarter each time we kind of go in this circle. And I think that's really exciting. I think the word that I keep hearing the most in the last 2 days has been outcomes, outcomes, outcomes. So I'm excited to see kind of how those two start working together more.
Last question. So when you're thinking about the future as a brand marketer, what do you think is mission critical to be doing now in order for your brands to be relevant and competitive in the next 2 years?
Experiential. And I don't know if that's the answer everyone's expecting, but the more and more I'm talking to brands here, I think experiences are back. Consumer experiences, providing consumers services or a memory or something that really makes them loyal to your brand is more important than ever, because there are so many products out there. How they interact with your product and how they interact with your brand is becoming more and more important. So I'm, talking a lot with people in the last 2 days about experiential, and I think that's something that we should be, probably hearing more about and seeing more of over the next few months to a year.
Caroline Proto is the Director of Global Media for EssilorLuxottica. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.